Dutch or white clover is a really common plant on lawns and in grassland. It loves short grass and it likes growing where there's a poor soil, and it's a nitrogen fixing plant. It's in like the legume, the pea family, and if you sort of look closely at the flowers, they are like little pea flowers. And all this family have little nodules on the roots which take nitrogen from the atmosphere, and then they store it underground in their little root nodules. So by them growing, they put nutrients in the ground, so they're a really good nitrogen fixing plant. Here you can see that each of these flower heads is made up of loads of little flowers, very like pea flowers, and they start coming out at the bottom and they sort of work their way up to the middle last of all. If I get this one here, which is further out, you can see that the middle ones are flowering and all the ones on the outside are finished. You can make a lawn just of clover, just like you can with chamomile, and they are quite nice to sit on. They're very, very comfortable to sit on, and they don't mind being walked on and stood on and sat on because they just spring back like grass. They're very, very tough, and they'll even grow right on footpaths. The flowers have little toxins in them, but they're okay if you make tea out of them. I'll do that in a minute. But the leaves are edible. If I find one that hasn't been chewed quite as much. They don't really taste as much. They're just like another green salad vegetable, really. They're quite nice mixed in with salads. Yeah, okay. But the flowers, they need to be made into tea. There are just so many of them, and then in amongst them you've got these little yellow clover as well, and there's quite a few different types of clover. We haven't got any red clover here, but that's quite common in meadows and things. We've got mainly just the yellow and the white. Some people call it Dutch clover, some people call it white clover, but both names are okay. It's Trefolium repens. Clover is a creeping perennial plant. It's native to Europe and Asia, but introduced in North America, Australia, New Zealand and loads of other places. Here's a load of the yellow clover. It's really similar, but it gets a bit taller and the flowers are much smaller, but you can eat it just the same. And it's got little leaves into 3 leaflets just the same, but it's like completely different. The Dutch clover as well has these, each leaf is divided into 3 leaflets, and if you find one with 4 leaves, a 4-leafed clover, then that's supposed to be good luck if you carry it around or put it somewhere. But to make a flower tea, I just get like 3 nice ripe heads where they're sort of like fully out like that. Maybe 3 to 5, so perhaps I'll do 4. You don't want one that's too out, just sort of ones that are just coming out like those ones, and they should do. Clover also attracts loads of bees and loads of pollinating insects. Clover has loads of medicinal uses. It's good for treating coughs and colds and fevers and infections. It's good to treat or prevent rheumatism, and it has loads of other uses as well. It can be applied to ulcers and things. Yeah, the leaves are okay, yeah, flower tea needs to be made. So here we are. I've just made that with 4. Let's see, it's made the water go quite a colour already, and I haven't covered it or anything. That's just been put in there about a minute ago, so probably let that cool down a bit. There are some clovers that you can buy as a green manure, like a kind of a nitrogen fixing plant that you then grow. It takes nitrogen in from the air, and then you plough it in or dig it into the ground. And you can get these from a load of vegetable seed companies, these types of clover that you just dig in, and they call it green manure. That can be quite effective at making land more nutritious. Some people actually eat the flower heads, but it's supposedly better to have them as flower tea, because otherwise they contain some toxins. But as a flower tea, they're kind of nice. Naturally sweet. It tastes like you put some honey in it or something. It's really, really sweet with all the nectar from the flowers, and really quite pleasant. A bit like kind of primrose tea. It's way nicer than you'd think it would be. And it's just, yeah, really refreshing, really nice drink, and with loads of protective and curative qualities. And it's totally free. It's just you pick it on the lawn, you know. It's such a common plant. Really, really nice. So I hope you liked today's video. Lovely. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you press the little me, which is somewhere down there, you can see all my other videos. And I shall see you next time.